Welcome to Ghost2Ghost. I am your host, Dan, and with Paranormal Talk. This is going to be our first episode. I apologize, we're not in a studio or a room yet. This is just a cheap little setup to start the podcast with. This is going to be our first episode, and we're going to start off with a review of my first and last investigation. Not last in that sense, but first one. And I'm going to give you my opinion about it. And so here we go, guys. All right. So first investigation was at the Old Park Hotel in Ballinger, Texas, and we met up with
His name's Chad Wandel.
and where we met up with Chad Wandel, a very exciting guy, very funny, humorous, had a lot of knowledge about the place, which is good.
Not just that, but a lot of knowledge about Ballinger himself. Like, this guy is connected to almost every historical place in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So we're going to have even more investigations than just what we've done and what's coming up.
which is good for me, and also starting into the paranormal, which gives me a lot more opportunity. So special thanks to him and all of his knowledge and him taking over the place and the plans he has for it is awesome. If you guys want to, he also has a paranormal channel and he has a family channel, Chad Wendell
I believe it's Wandel Family
or
Adventures.
Wandell Family Adventures and Ghost Geeks. So we meet up with him. He welcomes us, very warm welcome. Um, I love his front door where after you put in the code to get in, and it says "Welcome, OLDanadventures." Well, that made my day right there. That was really awesome.
That and the computer, how it said, Welcome, Old Dan Adventures.
Yeah, and then we went inside the command center, and then the middle computer. It also said "Welcome, OLDanadventures." So I kind of made me feel at home a little bit. That was really awesome. I
Felt
liked it.
super special.
We go on into the tour, which takes about an hour. So we get right into the tour. He starts talking about the deaths at the front door, and then proceeds on. We go to the little hallway there, which is not very far off. Little girl died. Proceed on down. We get to a room, which I believe was Mr. Wilson's room. Now, while we were there, of course, we didn't see anything particularly. We didn't see anything while we were there on the tour, but after we got back and doing editing, we did catch a shadow on the wall. I'll play that clip here in a minute, but to go on with the tour. So we go there, then we go into the last room down the hall is John's room. There's a chair in there, and he tells us that it is he's particular on who sits in the chair, and a couple other stories that he tells about it. Then we go upstairs, which there's a door upstairs that usually opens on command. He tells us that. So we finish up with the tour. We're excited. I'm still excited that the fact that I'm actually in a haunted house or a haunted hotel, and I've got the place about to myself. So I'm still quite stoked about that. And then all the stories he tells us about everything. And so let's get back to the shadow on the wall. Now, we noticed this during editing on the video, and we just happened to catch it real quick. And there's a shadow that moves across the wall. We were like, wow, didn't see that before. That's new. Wow, we actually caught something on the tour.
And nobody in there was moving. I did not have any lights mounted on my camera. Did not have a head mounted light. In fact, all I had was that IR view to be able to see through the whole thing, and I'm surprised that I was not tripping over crap right and left.
So after reviewing and looking at things, we figured out that it wasn't any of our shadows from any point of view, um, or any area from where we're being filmed at. So, in our opinion, that was a shadow type figure, and we'll just leave it up to you and your decision. So, whatever you guys think about it, go ahead, leave it down in the comment. And if you have any questions, we'll try to answer that in the next podcast.
Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
So we don't even know her first name. We just know Mrs. Charles Wilson. And that one's kind of a struggle for us because we've been looking really hard trying to find her full name.
Okay, so now that we've seen that, go ahead and let me know what you guys think. While we take a moment to go ahead and like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Really help a lot in the channel, and let me know if this is the type of thing that you would like to see grow, and see how fast we can hit that first 500 subscribers. All right, back to our story. So we finished up the tour. There was actually another sound that we heard, but I don't think it was really paranormal. It was kind of toward the end of the tour. I think it was the wind or something that something hit the wall from outside.
You talking about the knocking?
Yeah,
That was interesting.
it was interesting.
Far too easy to debunk, though. Far too easy.
Yeah, even though the window was sealed up.
Not just sealed up; it was stuffed full of insulation and plastered over.
So we say our greedy or our goodbyes. He leaves. Now we've got the whole place to ourselves for the whole night. We go back to the command center. We start getting out our equipment, start setting up cameras and stuff, and trying to decide what to do first. Looking at the camera feeds that are on the TVs on the wall in the command center, because there are cameras in some of the rooms. So at this point, it's my first investigation, and I kind of really don't know what to do first or where to start. I'm just kind of aimlessly staring at the cameras on the wall. So I decide, okay, well, since we heard about the apparition being caught one time in John's room, let's go ahead and set up cameras in there. And we'll go to the doll room. But actually, the first room that we went to
It was the parlor, I think.
the parlor
And,
or the
and
music room.
we did catch one thing that was interesting in there. You are, of course, encouraged to play music, so that's what we were doing. We were just using local radio, and we had a cat ball that went off. And shortly after, we did catch something. It is slowed down the video. It could just be dust, but possible ghost orb.
And we did catch what we thought was EVP as well, and we'll go ahead and play that real quick.
Is there anyone here who'd like to talk to us?
So, as you heard from that one, what it sounded like to me was a no, and then on another one, it sounded like a. Oh yeah, well, let me know what you think. Leave it on the comments. So, I mean, we did kind of catch that in that room. As far as anything else, not too much. The cat ball going off, it could have been maybe me, maybe not. Not really sure on that one, so I'm not going to really call that one on anything. So, getting towards the end of investigating that room, I decided to go live for an hour on TikTok. Nothing's really happening in the room, so I start going on a tour with TikTok. As I'm walking around, I do actually hear some sort of noise, but there was a little lag in the feed, and due to some of the rooms downstairs being, which made them Faraday cages, if you go too far, or sometimes it just disrupts the signal. And so I had that problem right at the time I heard the noise, so it didn't get caught. So I just kind of really didn't hit on it too much, just kind of kept going, whatever. So then I proceed to the where they stored their Halloween props, which they decided to paint the entire room black. They put a red light in the background, 2 chairs, and you turn out the light where only the red light is shining in there. You sit in the chair and you just sit there for. And after a while, which I could see by myself, that your mind's going to start playing tricks on you, and you might perceive one of those things moving at you or something like that, or maybe one of them eyes move or something, which some people have said Pennywise moved, he laughed, his eyes moved. I didn't actually sit in there long enough to actually see anything move. So then I packed it up and I was walking out.
One moment. Should we talk about the fear room incident of 2026?
And unfortunately, my camera person scared me.
Roll the clip.
Wrong side. Fucking stupid asshole.
I think somebody lost a couple of years off of their life, folks.
So, but anyways, yes, I was scared momentarily until I realized it was coming from the walkie on my hip. So, for a moment, it was like, damn, is one of these freaking dolls trying to do something or what? To move on, horrible.
Unfortunately, folks, something like that only works once. After that, the jig is up. They'll never fall for it again.
So, I finished my little tour with the TikTok. Then that's when we go and set up cameras in John's room. And after that, we go to the doll room. Plenty of dolls in the doll room, and there's about 9 of them that have spirits attached to them. So we read off a couple names, a couple of the they have little writing or whatever, little picture frame of, and then after reading a couple of them, I start talking to the first one. Proceed down the line, not really getting anything. We are, recording, which we didn't really catch anything either on the recorders. Got to Pat, which at first when I read Pat's deal, I thought he was in a big crib in the corner, and there was like 3 different dolls in there. So we're like, which one? I was like, oh, I assume it's that one.
And even on the video, you see me repeatedly looking around trying to find Pat. I was just like, where's he at?
So come to find out, Pat is in a little crib on the other side of the room.
It doesn't help that Pat's maybe 6 inches tall.
He's this little bitty doll in this little bitty crib. So I decide I'm going to pick up Pat and see what happens, since we haven't had nothing happen yet. So I take him out of his crib, sit in a chair in the middle of the room, start talking to Pat, kind of being, a little bit goofy, but still kind of being serious a bit. Meanwhile, we're recorded in John's room, and we do catch a few noises. Okay, so from what you guys seen and heard off of that, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. To me, one of them sounded like a big thud. Something, I don't know, either fell, hit the floor or something. And the other one was like something was messing with the camera or something. So then, do turn out the lights, continue talking to Pat. Still, nothing's going on. Not hearing nothing. So we wrap it up in there. Go grab the cameras. Go back to the command center. Take a little break. Try to regroup. Figure out what we're going to do next. Still not thinking right. So we decided to walk through, asking questions, seeing if we can catch anything, just walking through. Not really too much. Did hear some things that we didn't catch on the camera itself, which was the GoPro at that moment. At one moment, so there was 3 different noises that was heard. I didn't hear them, but the camera tech did. But the GoPro didn't catch any of it. So getting on later, then I decided to go talk to John. So we go to John's room. We set everything up. Set of cat balls. Two cat balls side by side in the chair, along with a recorder. I stand away back from the chair, far enough so that I don't set nothing off. And then I start asking John questions. Ask him if I could sit in his chair. Asking him several times, and then finally the ball goes off. I'm like, ooh. thanks, John. I got an answer. I can't believe I actually got an answer. So, just to make sure, I ask him again, is it okay if I sit in your chair? I set it up a second time just to make sure that it was you and you let me sit in your chair. After asking a few more times, of course, then the ball goes off again. I'm like, wow. All right, John. Well, thank you for answering twice. Just to confirm and make sure that it is okay that I sit in your chair, would you like the ball up again? Wait a few, ask a couple more times. The ball goes off a third time. Well, thank you, John. Thank you for being a good sport, answering for me. So then I take I take the equipment off the chair and I sit down. It's actually kind of comfortable. Thank you, John, for letting me sit in your chair. It's really quite comfortable. Start asking him some more questions. How old are you? Then all of a sudden, nothing. Just absolutely nothing for the rest of the night. And I'm just like, wow, John, you're gonna let me sit in your chair and then just not talk to me.
Gave you the real cold shoulder there.
Now, I don't know what happened on that one, but at least he let me sit in his chair, I guess. Which I did see a video that he actually threw somebody out of his chair because he didn't want him in it. So then we leave the room. I'm happy with the three times he answered my question. We go on. We go through the house again. We try the door upstairs. We record that for a little bit, asking if they would open the door. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything on that, which, because of my expectation coming in, I was disappointed. We continue on. We walk around another time, see if we can catch anything while walking around. Nothing, of course. Go back to John's room, talk to him again. Still nothing. Out of disappointment, I just kind of start, giving up a bit. I'm just like, gosh, I'm not getting anything. Like, what's going on? Like,
It turned into an active bitch session while having a ghost box running in your
yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I just kind of really set myself up.
hand.
But, live, learn, go on, go forward. I know that I could do better the next time. I know what I didn't do right and what I did wrong. We are going back, and we also be doing the jailhouse across the street, both in the same night. We will also have 1 hour solos in each, meaning just myself in the hotel or in the jailhouse for 1 hour, all by myself.
The one time you wouldn't mind going to jail.
So we'll see what happens with that. And do plan on doing a couple more places in Ballinger just to get some more paranormal experience underneath the belt, because I do plan on going to the Haunted Hill House in Mineral Wells.
And there's also the upcoming event, Ghost of Christmas Past, in December. I don't remember the exact date to be precise, but that is coming up in early or mid-December. We'll be going there to film as well.
And if you would like to go visit the hotel, jump on the website, book your stay, and have fun. Just keep it real. All right. So after all of that was said and done, kind of just decided to rest up a bit. Got a few hours left before we have to leave and pack up. Kind of film that outro part, and then that was that. So my thoughts on that, of my experience going through it, I would say I disappointed myself in the beginning by having an expectation of what was going to happen, which was a mistake. They're not just going to pop up and have activity when you want them to. Hey, do something. Oh, okay. Boom. No, they're going to do it when they want to. So to go in there and think, this is going to happen just because I say, no, don't work like that. And of course, don't want to fake anything. I don't want to, overreact on whatever just to try to get better views. I mean, I'm being real with it. I ain't gonna fake nothing. If we catch it, we catch it. We don't, we don't. That's just the way it rolls. So that would be my first tip on paranormal investigation. Just be real with it. Don't fake nothing. Even if you want more views for YouTube, you're just gonna botch your deal up, and then you really can't tell, when it's real or not. So in my investigations, it's gonna be all real, 100%. I ain't gonna fake nothing. Ain't gonna add nothing in. It is what it is. It is what I catch. The next thing I would say is going back. I'm gonna go back with a better plan of attack on it. I'm gonna hit the entire place. I'm not gonna leave anything out. I'm gonna do it more properly. Hopefully, it's a better video next time.
That
So,
and we'll be rarely in the room at the same time because as you're investigating, I'm going and setting up cams and whatnot in the next room. And with our kits being more consistent on equipment, we don't have to spread things out as much as.
I mean, kind of apologize again that it's just kind of a picture for the podcast right now. Don't have really a studio or a place set up at the moment. You have to be cheap because I still want to do investigations as well. So until we get up to that 500 mark and start climbing the ladder and getting enough support to do more things and get better, my feeling on it is it was very exciting still. I still enjoyed it. I still had a great time, and I look forward to going back. Actually excited on going back. I can't wait. So as far as thoughts on anything going into it, as well, this is your first investigation, paranormal investigation that you're doing. So you've already been doing technical stuff, but you've never really done a paranormal investigation. So going into one for your first time, how was that for
For me, it was pretty cool because it was two birds, one stone. I enjoyed the technical work, the audio, the cameras, things like that. I never had too much talent, particularly in front of a camera. So that combined with going to a haunted hotel, which I'd never been to. I lived in a haunted house in my later teen years, which that's something entirely different. It wasn't anything too crazy either, but it was just a dream come true, man. I could hardly sleep the night before.
you? Yeah, I hear that one. I was pretty excited the night before. Kind of had a little bit of trouble going to sleep. I knew I needed some rest. So
Yeah, I had trouble going to sleep after I booked the trip, dude. What are you talking about?
yeah.
I mean, not gonna lie, I did too. Pretty exciting.
So again, excited to go back and do another investigation. Actually, be doing a double investigation. So that will be great. As far as like any type of, if you're gonna do your own type of paranormal, any type of startup kit, really, bare essential. All you need to start out is a camera, EVP, a microphone, EMF detection, thermals, cat balls, just a little. It's not too expensive, but it is a little bit of costly, especially after so many items.
I don't even want to think of how much I've spent on my kit.
Yeah, so far it's getting up there. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button because we want to get up there. We want to be able to do more. We want to bring you guys more. Bring one of you along at some point. Hopefully that would be a nice goal to hit. I have other plans, but ball rolls slow, so we got to start out somewhere. Other than that, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. Call it a show. Glad you stuck around if you did, and thank all my subscribers. I think I have 59 now. We'll be rolling you as credits at the end of thanking you for your support and staying with me. I know I haven't been constantly putting out videos. Did take a long kind of leave trying to figure out what to do next and how to keep going with trying to budget things and finding out. Well, keep traveling and going to places. It gets quite expensive after a while, especially doing paranormal. Um, that's quite expensive sometimes just to rent the place to for the night to go and do the investigation. I had to come up with something, so here we are. Now we have this podcast going on to try to fill in the in betweens because it's going to be such long periods in between my investigations. Shoot, I look forward to seeing where this podcast goes, what kind of conversations that we'll have, what kind of questions you guys will answer or ask. So thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.